Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope that you're doing well. My name is Bih Takwe. I am a content creator from Cameroon. This is going to be a story time, but before then, let me just give you a remark that I have made since I came to East Africa. First, I went to Kenya and then I am in Tanzania. I had many people walk up to me and they're like, you don't look like an East African woman, you look like a West. And they're like, you look like a West African woman. I don't know if that is appropriate, but since I came to East Africa, I have been... Was it my physics teacher? He said something like, matter is anything that occupies space and has weight. So in all the rooms I have been in, I mattered the most. I have been the fullest person in every room I have walked into, and I'm just like, ooh, somebody get me lemon or a fat burner, because it talks for itself. And then I get to understand that we look like what we eat. Here they just have the occasional ugali and pilau, but we, hey Jesus, we have kwakoko, we have achu, we have katikati, we have evro, we have kumku. Hey, how will I not look like fufu? Before I get to the story time, if you're Tanzanian watching this video, let me know in the comment section. When you hear the name Cameroon, what comes to your mind? I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, you're from Cameroon, Samuel Eto's Cameroon. And I'm like, yeah. And then the next person was like, you're from Cameroon, Samuel Eto's Cameroon. And then the next person, and the next person, the next person. And then I realized that all people know about Cameroon is Samuel Eto'o. So let me know if there's something else you know about Cameroon. One of the reasons I am traveling is so that I can take Cameroon out, because I carry Cameroon in my heart, I carry Cameroon in my body, and everywhere I go to, I want people to know about Cameroon. This story time, as in the plot, is in this Serengeti. The Serengeti is a savanna. It's this plain where animals are being conserved. They are wild animals, they are not touched. Okay, so it's not like a zoo. The animals in the zoo are not as free as those in the Serengeti. The Serengeti is just the wild. My sisters and I visited the Serengeti. This event happened on the first night that we went to the Serengeti. So let me just tell you how it went. You know how when you're with people, you have courage. You're just like, oh, a lion. Yeah. Hi, lion. Oh, hi, hyena. That is the same thing that happened to us. So we spend the whole day, we're in the Serengeti, we're looking for animals. We're, oh, that's a lion, oh, that's an elephant, oh, that's a tiger. Oh, no, we did not see a tiger. So we're just excited, we're seeing these deers, we're seeing giraffes. So we come to our lodge at night by 7, we're there by 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was time for dinner. We needed to get briefings on how life at the camp is. So this lady comes, she tells us, welcome to Shuhudia. Breakfast is at this time, dinner is at this time, lunch is at this time. When you go back to your tent, make sure you're not straying out, especially at night. All times, make sure you're with somebody, because like basically this is the wild, and at any moment an animal could confront you. We're like, yeah, already we know. So she tells us everything that she has to tell us, and forgot one important detail. And this detail, hey Jesus, that is the thing that wanted to kill somebody that night. So they take us to our tent. We are in 3 separate tents. My first sister takes the first tent, and like they give her the briefings. This is your bed, keep your things here, this is where you will take your bath, you know, all of that. Put on the light, this is where you put on the light, all the briefings. We say our good night. I am the next person. It's like 30 meters from, if I am right, but it's a distance. It's like 30 meters from her tent, and they set me up in my own tent. Oh, this is, you should do this, do this, do this. I'm like, yeah, sure, I have this. So we settle in. Other sister now has like, it's like 2 tents apart, like 100 meters. Guys, everything was going on well, until I don't know if it was like 2 hours later. I hear something making by my first sister's tent, and I'm like, who is fighting with water at night in the Serengeti, in the savannah? And then it starts disturbing my sister. So she's like, hello, who is there? Hello, is somebody there? It wasn't something serious. I just started laughing because she was worried, and she's trying to reach out to somebody. I don't know why I was laughing. So she tries to call the number that was given to her on the walkie-talkie, and nobody is speaking. So calls to me that, wow, we are not in the city, oh. We are not in the city. We are in the wild. If somebody peeked, I'll be like, okay, if anything happens, you know, somebody can easily just get to us. But nobody peeked. I'm like, ha! I just put off all the lights that were around me because I watched this movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy, and in that movie, these two people were in the wild and in the desert, something like that, and they lit a fire. And one of the travelers was like, you don't light up a fire in the forest because rhinos are protectors of the forest. Whenever they see fire, they come and put it out because they don't want the fire to burn, like to consume the forest. So at that moment in my mind, I was like, hey, a rhino with their pointy sharp thing by our tent. I just hurried up. I put off my lights because I didn't want a rhinoceros to come into my tent to put out the light, because hey, where will I start from? So as I put it up, it did not stay. I started hearing growling. You know how a lion is doing, you know, the sound of a cat, but a bigger cat doing I don't even know how to do the sound, like I can't tell. If it wasn't a big cat, it would be a big dog, because earlier that day we saw hyenas, we saw some other small bush dog. I don't know the name of that. Is it a dodo? I don't know the name. And then we saw lions, we saw lionesses, a lot of them. And then I hear this growling out of my tent. Hi, Jesus. That is the longest night I have ever had. Jesus. I started thinking of scriptures from the Bible. When the Bible says that weeping may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. I was like, hey, this night there is so much weeping. Can the morning just come? I could not sleep. I kept hearing, and then the thing was scratching on my tent. I could hear it scratching on my tent. I'm like, ha! My God. So, now for Serengeti, it can't end. It's in the Serengeti that I will see the Lord face to face. And then I hear my sister. She's trying to call. Like, she's still trying to call one of the guards to come and see what is going on. Why am I even laughing? Like, it wasn't funny. I could feel myself. I tried to breathe. I could not breathe. At one moment, I was breathing fast. And then I was like, no, I shouldn't breathe fast, because the animal outside, it will hear me breathing and know that there is a prey. Those animals are not their predators. It's going to know that there's a prey in there, and it's going to come into my tent and it's going to eat me up. So I tried to stop breathing. It was slower. And then when I was trying to breathe slowly, I started shivering. I could feel cold. Just running from my feet, my chest coming up. I'm like, hey, Jesus. I froze. I was petrified, seriously. So I sent my hand, like it was like this. I sent my hand under to see the distance between the bed and the floor, to see if I could go under, because in my mind I was like, okay, if this lion opens this tent up, if this lion gets to open this tent up, it would jump around the room, but it won't be able to go under the bed. So let me go under the bed so that I can save myself. But I could not move. As in, all of that was in my mind. That thinking was in my mind. I could not move. I was thinking it, but move now, Vicky. No way. It's at that moment that I understood that true. I am not in the city. In fact, I am not in my country. 2, I am in East Africa. I'm not in Arusha. I'm not in town. I'm in the bush, and there are wild animals all around me. I was like, hey, God. I've not even experienced all the things I wanted to experience on this trip, and then this is happening. I don't know how it happened. I felt the animals moving, and then I can't explain how I slept that night, because I was in so much fear. I cannot explain. But when I woke up in the morning, there was rain everywhere. This is the mystery that I am not, your sister is not understanding at all. When I woke up, there was rain everywhere, and people were like, oh, the rain that fell yesterday was very heavy. I was like, rain fell? Me, that I thought that I could not sleep. I sleep sooty. I don't even hear say rainfall. Woke up that morning and we went for hot air balloon ride around the Serengeti to see more animals. That morning, tension, we're just like, we're going to attack were going to attack the host. They told us that we shouldn't go out, but they didn't tell us to expect that animals were going to be on our tent and scratching, all of that. If I knew that animals come around your tent and they are scratching around your tent, I would not have been scared. Like, come and see me struggling to not breathe, and then I could not hold my breath, and then it's coming out like come and see me stressing. We had to air out our grievances because, man, do you know that somebody can die of a heart attack because you did not, apoplexy, because you did not tell us that we should expect animals coming around. So when they told us that they're very sorry, one even recounted, our guide recounted that there was an elephant looking for water. I think that is the elephant that was behind my sister's tent. He saw a bucket of water, it was like, oh, freedom. And then mine was like, it's a lion. There was a lion or a hyena, like nothing. You can't tell me nothing. I heard a cat growling. So when they told us that, we were like, okay, that now makes sense. And it prepared our mind for the next night, because I really don't know how I would have slept. Like that night I was just like, hey Jesus, someone to hold on. I just needed someone to hold on to so that we can shiver together. But thank God the morning came. That weeping endured for that night. The joy came in the morning when we were told that it was something that we had to expect. I wish they told us earlier. Alright, so that is the story of my first night in the Serengeti. If you're visiting the Serengeti, if you're staying in one of those tents, know that animals are the animals are watching you and they're coming around to get food to eat. Okay, let me know in the comment section, have you been enjoying my East Africa series? What is your favorite video so far? Let me know in the comment section, and keep on watching this series. I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.